Hello and good day to everyone. So today we're going to talk about learning styles, okay, as part of the lessons in principles of teaching. So another factor that makes our students differ from one another is learning style. Learning style is the way a person processes, internalizes, and studies new and challenging material. So here we have Dunn and Dunn learning style model. So Dunn and Dunn because it was designed and developed by Dr. Rita Dunn and Dr. Kenneth. Okay, so here you could see the elements, okay, in which we have the following stimuli, so which are categorized under environmental, emotional, sociological, physiological, and psychological. Okay, and one by one we're going to discuss. So we have the first one, environmental factors. Okay, so when we say environmental factors, this refers to the lighting, sound, temperature, and design. So for example, some people need to study in a cool and quiet room, and others cannot focus unless they have music playing and it is warm. Okay, so that's for the environmental factor. And then we have the emotional factors. So for the emotional factors, we have the motivation, persistence, responsibility, we have conformity versus non-conformity, and structure. Okay, structure that is needed for either externally imposed structure or the opportunity to do things in their own way. So in here, for example, some people must complete a project before they start a new one, and others work best on multiple tasks at the same time. Okay, so that's for emotional factors. And then we have sociological factors. So this one represents elements related to how individuals learn in association with other people. Okay, so do they learn alone or with peers, or are they authoritative adults, or learn best with collegial colleagues? Okay, and do they learn with peers or teams? Okay, so some sort of that. So for example, a number of people need to work alone when tackling a new and difficult subject, while others learn best when working with colleagues. Okay, so that's for sociological factors. Now for physiological factors, we have this one, perceptual strengths. So we have auditory, visual, tactile, and kinesthetic. And then we have the time of day energy levels, intake, we have eating or not while studying, mobility, sitting still or moving around. Okay, so there, for example, many people refer to themselves as night owls or early birds because they function best at night or in the morning. Okay, so that refers to the time of the day element. Okay, so we have the physiological factors. And last but not the least, we have the psychological factors. So this strand corresponds to the following types of psychological processing. Is it when it comes to hemispheric, is the student using the right or left hemisphere of the brain? Okay, is it talking about their style as being impulsive or reflective, or are they global and not analytic? So the hemispheric element refers to left and right brain processing modes. The impulsive versus reflective style describes how some people leap before thinking. Okay? and others scrutinize the situation before moving an inch. So, we have for the global learners, let's expound this. So, what is a global learner? Okay. Global learners are spontaneous and intuitive. They do not like to be bored. Information needs to be presented in an interesting manner using attractive materials. Cooperative learning strategies and holistic reading methods work well with these learners. The information must relate to their lives and permit active involvement. So they really want to be active. Okay. So how do they learn best? It's through choral reading, recorded books, story writing. Okay. We have the computer programs, games, and group activities. Okay, so how are we going to teach global students? Okay, so we are going to introduce the material via story, joke, anecdote, and try to relate it to the students' lives. Okay, so global learners need to see the big picture before they can focus on details. They want to know what is to be expected. They need stories, illustrations, pictures, real-life anecdotes, and to have learning connected to their interests. Okay, so another strategy is the discovery through group learning. They want group activities. Okay, and also they want written and tactile involvement. Okay, now we go to the analytic learner. So what are analytic learners? Analytic learners plan and organize their work. They focus on details and are logical. They learn best when information is presented in sequential steps, lessons are structured and direct from teachers, goals are clear, and requirements are spelled out. Okay, so how do we teach them? They need explanations and visual reinforcement, directions, learning through direct teaching or related resources. So they want to listen from lectures, and then they want testing and feedback. Analytics prefer the details and facts and like new information presented. That sums up the Dunn and Dunn learning style model. Thank you so much for listening.